This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So in the last class, we discussed about what is object, what is constructor, and we also discussed about what is collection APIs and all this stuff, right? So now, today we are going to discuss, what is inheritance? What is inheritance? What is the use of it? And, later we will see, how we can implement it in our project or how to implement the project. Okay. So
Okay.
what I am going to do here, I am going to create a package under Learn Java called inheritance. Okay, I've created a package called inheritance. Now we are going to see what is inheritance and how to use it. So what is inheritance? So let's see. Let me create a class called BMW. Okay, I am creating a car class called BMW. So what I'm going to do, I'm not selecting public static void main. If you want, you can select, but I'm not going to run this class. I'm just creating a class simply. Okay, I've created a class called BMW. Here, Riddhi, can you hear me? You see my screen?
Yes, Abhishek, I can see your screen.
Okay. So I have created a class called BMW. Okay, in this class, let me write some method. Say public void start. Okay, I have created one start method here, BMW. So I'm writing, start the car with key, for example. Public void stop. Stop the car with key. Okay. So I'm saying I have created two methods. One is start and one is stop. And I'm saying start the car with the key. And I've created one more method called stop, and I'm saying stop the car with the key. Okay. So start and stop, two methods are there. BMW. Now, so there's just a two method I have created in this class. Let me create one more car class. Maruti. In Maruti also, this I can write this start method, I can write this stop method. Correct? Because these are applicable for Maruti also. Okay. Start the car with key, stop the car with key. Correct? Okay, Ankit. Can you hear me, Ankit?
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay, great. So basically, I have created two classes. One is BMW, where I can start the car, I can stop the car. I did it. Same way, I created one more class called Maruti, where here also I can start the car and I can stop the car. So I've created two methods. Now think about it. So here is one car BMW, here is one car Maruti, here is one car Toyota, okay, maybe Duster, Hyundai, and other different car companies. In all the car class, the start and stop method is common, right? Everywhere I can write start and stop method. Here is also start method, stop method. Here is also start stop, here is also start stop, here is also start stop. Every car, right? These are the common methods. Now, since this method is common, the question is why I should create the same method again and again everywhere. So this is called redundancy of code, right? Same code I cannot write, each and everywhere again and again. Okay, just do it, guys. 1 minute. There are some noise outside. Yeah. So why should I write the same method again and again inside each and every car class? This is the so there will be a lot of redundancy of the code. There is on 2 method, but there might be 5-6 method. Why I should write it again and again? When you will design the framework, actually you will see the use of it. So why I should write it again and again everywhere? Right? That is the question. Before that, let me see. I have created 2 method BMW. I have created 2 class BMW, and if I want to access it, I am creating a class called. So I want to run this class. Say maybe test car. I am selecting public static void main because I am going to run this class. Earlier, if you see BMW and Maruti, I have not created any main method because I am not going to run it. So what I will do, this is for BMW. So how can I access those method? Start and stop from BMW. Can you tell me how to access those method from BMW? And how to access from Maruti? We just saw in the last class, right? How to access one method from one class. We just need to create the object of that class, right? Then only we can access. That's what I told. That is the object. Because these all are non-static method. If it is static method, you should have access it with the help of class name Maruti.start, Maruti.stop, or BMW.start, BMW.stop. But since this is a non-static method, we cannot access it directly. We have to create the object of this class to access it. Correct? So here to access it, I have to write BMW B equal to new BMW B dot start B dot stop. Same way Maruti M equal to new Maruti M dot start M dot stop. Okay, I can access. Why? Okay, I have not saved it. Okay, so I can access start and stop method with the help of object reference. I have to create the object of that class, then only I can access. If I run, I am getting the output. Okay, now the question is, here also I wrote, here also I wrote, so same way I have to write inside each and every class. So there will be a lot of code redundancy. Why should I write it again and again? Same thing. That is the first question. And second question is, for example, if you need to change something in the start function, you have to change it everywhere. If there are 10 classes, you have to change it 10 places. Okay, you have to change it in 10 places. Why you should do it? So instead of that, that will be very difficult for you, to maintain the code if you write the same thing again and again. If there is only one small change also in the start function, you have to change it everywhere. So instead of that, what I can do, can I write it somewhere in the common class? All the common method I will be writing it here. Start, stop. So all the common method I will be writing it here. Now to access it, what I can do, I'll tell if I'm going to remove all the common method start stop from all these class. I'm not going to write inside all these classes. Instead of that, I will be writing it inside a common class called car class. And if I can access the method from this class, it will be great, right? In all these classes. instead of writing everywhere. So I am not writing the same code again and again, first of all, and it will be easy for me to maintain also. If I need to change anything in the start and stop function, I just need to come here and change it. So for example, this class name is car class. So what to do? I'm going back here and I'm going to create a class called car class. Okay. Here, what I am going to do, I am going to write the start and stop function in the car class. Now, if I write it here, I don't need to write it inside each and every class. So what I am going to do, I am going to remove it from here. I am going to remove it from here. Save the record. As soon as I save the record, I am getting an error message because B cannot access start and stop method. M also cannot access because B is the object of Maruti BMW class. M is the object reference of Maruti class. Okay, but you can access it inside car class. So if I create an object of the car class, rc equal to new car c dot start c dot stop. Can you see? I can access it here. But I cannot access it in BMW, I cannot access it in Maruti. Because start and stop is not present in BMW and Maruti. It is present in the car class. But I need to access it in BMW and Maruti, right? So this structure I need to implement. I don't want to write it everywhere. I want this class should access all the methods from car. To do that, the inheritance concept came into the picture. Okay, so this is the one of the very important and basic concept of object oriented programming, inheritance. So from the name itself you can tell the name, the meaning is same. You are for the because of inheritance, you can access everything from your parents, right? You don't have to ask your permission. If you go to your hometown and you are staying with your parents, you will not hesitate how many days I should stay with my parents, uh, because you feel that it's your own house. If your father is having two-wheeler or four-wheeler, you can easily use it. I mean, you will not ask every time permission. But if your uncle, auntie, or anyone is having, then you will hesitate. You will think twice before you using it or before you ask for it. Even your father is having two-wheeler, four-wheeler, whenever you require, you can just use it. You will not even ask also, because you feel that it's your property also. Wherever your parents are staying, you can go and stay. You can go, if you're taking 1 month of vacation, you can go and stay there for a whole 1 month. You'll not feel that you are a guest or someone. But that is not your house, right? That is it belongs to your father still or your mother still. Correct? Why you go and stay, you don't feel, because you are considering it's my house, it's my car, it's my two-wheeler only. The reason is inheritance, because you are the child of them and they are your parents. So same thing I have to do here. I can do the same thing here. So what I can do, I can tell this is the parent class, car class, and these all are the child classes. If you make all these things as a child class, then they can easily access all the method whatever is there in the parent class. So for example, this is BMW. Sorry, this is Maruti. For example, this is Toyota, Toyota. This is Hyundai. All these things. How to make it as a parent class or how to make it as a child class? To make anything as a child class, you don't have to do anything in the parent. Only in the child class, you can write a keyword in small letter, extend. Small letter, remember, EXTENDS. Can you see? When I write extends, it's changing the color. not extend. If write extend, see the color is not changing. Extends. Extends which car? Car class. Means you are saying the class BMW is extended from the car class. Okay, that means BMW is the child class and parent car is the parent class. So this will be parent class name. If I save it and go back here, can you say I'm not getting any error message here? Now I can access with the help of B. Earlier I was getting error. Same you see m.start, m.stop, I am getting error message because these are not there in Maruti. So he's saying create a method in Maruti. He's not able to access because Maruti is not yet the child class. So I have to make Maruti also child class. Extends Maruti. M-A-R-U-T-I. Okay. When I save it,
won't it be extends car?
oh sorry. Yeah. Sorry, that's my mistake. Typo. Extends car. So I'm saying Maruti class is extending the car class. BMW class is extending the car class. So in the technical we use the word like car is the parent class and all the child classes are BMW Maruti, or normally we say BMW is the class which is extended from the car class, or BMW is the child class of the car class, or car class is the parent class of the BMW and Maruti, or Maruti class is extended from the car class. This type of statement we use technically. When I go back here now, see I'm sorry here test car, I am not getting any error anywhere. Can you see? Car class can access start stop because anyway it's his property only. Even now the BMW also can access, even the Maruti also can access. No error message at all. Run, I am getting the output. So this is what is inheritance. Clear till now? Any question?
Yes, Abhishek, it's clear.
Okay. Now, so what I am going to do now is see, you can use easily your parent class and parent class or all the property from your parent, their two-wheeler, four-wheeler, their house, you can go and stay. You will not hesitate at all because you are thinking in your sport property. But that doesn't mean that you cannot make some of your property, own property. Tomorrow you can also buy a new car, or tomorrow you can also invest some money in some land.
Abhishek, we are not able to hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, Abhishek.
Yes.
Okay, sometimes I need to just reconnect in the audio. Okay, So even what I'm saying, see, if the car class is having some property, that doesn't mean that they cannot have some special feature. BMW is having some special feature, right? Safety, which is not there in other car. For example, Maruti also is having some, Maruti service center, for example. Okay, that is specific to Maruti. That is not specific to any other class. So here I can write, Maruti service center. Now the question is where I can access all this method. Can I access it in the BMW? V dot, say I can access only safety feature. Can you see? I cannot access Maruti service station because this BMW this safety feature belongs to only BMW class. I cannot access other things. I cannot access this method. This method is not present Maruti service center. Okay. Same here for M also. If I write M dot, see I can access only Maruti service center. I cannot access the safety feature here because that is not belongs to Maruti class. That is belongs to BMW safety. So if you declare any method, okay, within that child class, you can access it only within that child class. Now the question is, can I access it in the parent class? C dot, can I access it? Safety and Maruti service center. What do you guys think? Can we access it? Should it allow or not? The thing is here, you cannot access it. This is not allowed. So that is only one way it's happening. You can't access it two ways. See, can you see? I cannot access safety. I cannot access Maruti is also not present. Even safety is also not present. Only start and stop. Any method in child class cannot access it. If you tomorrow, if you declare some method here, the parent cannot access this method. If you declare that here, you cannot access it, parent cannot be accessed. If I declare something safety, here if I declare service center, the parent class cannot access it. So tomorrow, if you buy some property, if you buy some flat in your home, in wherever you are working, so your parent cannot be the owner of that. So it is only one way, not two way. And the logic is correct. See, if your parent is the owner, if you buy some property, if your parent is the owner of it, you will agree, you will not mind. But parent is the owner, what I told, all the child class can connect. Then tomorrow your siblings, brother and sister also can claim on it. Right? That will be the problem. So if your parent can access anything, whatever you bought it, whatever the apartment you bought it, if your parent can access it. Now, inheritance will be that all the child class can access everything, whatever belongs to the parent class. So all they also can access it. That you are not going to agree, right? You are buying some apartment, you are buying some big car, your parents are the owner, that's fine. But when your brother and sister, they also claim on it. That is not the right thing. That's the problem here. So whatever you declare in the child class, the parent class cannot access it. So even so, the not your siblings also. So safety cannot be accessed by Maruti, Toyota, Hyundai, any of the car. Same as service center cannot be accessed by BMW, Toyota, or any of the car. Even not even the car class. But start and stop can be accessed across everyone because these are the common method and you wrote in the parent class. Okay, so start and stop can be accessible by the car class, BMW class, Maruti class, Toyota, Hyundai, everyone. but safety belongs to only BMW. Service center, Maruti service center only belongs to Maruti. So maybe airbag, if you declare one more method in the Toyota, it will be accessible only by Toyota when you create the object of Toyota. Other class cannot access it. So it's not the two-way. So only, this is not allowed. Only parent to child is allowed, not child to parent. Okay. So that's the reason when I created a method in Maruti and BMW, and only I can access it when I create the object of BMW. I can access the method safety. Only when I create the object of Maruti, I can access the method of Maruti. But car class cannot access it. If I run it, I'm getting out. Clear? Any more question? Any doubt?
It's clear, Abhishek.
Now, next is I have declared out the start, stop, everything. Now think about it. BMW cannot start with this. This start feature is little bit different in BMW. In BMW you can't use the key and start. There is a button, you can just press on this button and BMW is going to start. Not even in BMW, even nowadays in i10 Grand also, if you see, there is a button in i10 Grand. You don't need to start it. You don't need to press the key and start. You just need to press that button. So if I access it, this start, this way BMW is not going to start. So it should not be a problem for the other class. Then what I should do? You might think, okay, since start function is not common, so let's not do it here. Let's not declare it in the parent class. Let's declare it in all the child classes. Yeah, you are correct. I told only the common method can be written in the parent class. Okay, not the uncommon methods. If it is different for different child classes, you should not write it. But consider this scenario. Here, what is happening? Start method is only different in BMW. But for other class, it's common. Maruti, Toyota, Hyundai and all. So only for BMW, I have to write the same start function again and again everywhere, right? I have to repeat it. If there are total 10 child classes, it's common across 9 class or 8 class. I have to repeat it 8 times, right? But only 2 times I am not repeating it because it's different. So I'll write here start function. I'll write here say start function start with the help of a button auto start. Then but here I need to write start with the key. Here also I need to write start with the key, start with the key. So here maybe again start with the help of a button. Again I have to write start with the key, start with the key. In other classes I am repeating same thing again and again. Just because of these two classes, this class and this class, because their starting mechanism is different. So this is the redundancy of code again. So you don't have to do it in that way. What you can do, you can rewrite the start function in BMW. Public void start. Here write BMW auto start. That's it. What I did, I wrote BMW auto start. Same start function is there in car class also. Now see the logic. Try to understand. Tomorrow I asked you, today, say what's your permanent address. So for example, you don't have any property in Bangalore, so you are from some other city. So you will tell, this is my permanent address. So you will tell the permanent address is that, where your parents are staying. because here you are staying in a rented house and you will be switching, you will be moving from one place to another place. So you don't have any permanent address here. So you will give the address of your parents. Now think about it. After a month, you bought an apartment here. Then what you are going to do? You are going to change all the document, right? Your permanent address is your apartment address. You are not going to give your parent address. Why? Because that is easy for communication, right? Same thing I did. When I came Bangalore, I was staying in a rented house. So I gave my permanent address as my hometown address for all the communication, because there will be a lot of credit card, bill this, bill that, bill. Okay. So they want my permanent address. I was not having. So when I bought the flat apartment here, now everywhere I changed it. Otherwise, everything will be sent to my hometown and I have to collect it. There is some important documents and all. But since I have updated my permanent address as my apartment, so now I can directly communicate. I don't have to again go and collect it if anything is required. So that means what? When I am having some of my own property, I am using it. I am not saying, hey, my permanent address is in that my hometown address. I am saying now this Bangalore, this apartment number, apartment this flat number, this is my permanent address. So here is also the case is same. Start function is there in BMW as well as in car class also. BMW can access the method from the car class, so start function. Now when BMW is having its own start function, when you tell him to execute the start function, he is going to execute from his class. He is not going to take it from the parent. Same thing about this example of address what I told you. So if I run it now, can you see start the car, stop the car in case of car class? In case of BMW now, BMW auto start. It's not calling start the car with key. But stop it is calling from the child class, parent class only. Because in BMW I have not written the stop function. And BMW safety anyway is calling from BMW. But in case of Maruti C, it's calling from the car class. Because in the Maruti, there is no start function. There is no stop function, so it's calling from the car class, and this is from Maruti. So the thing is, whenever you write the same method in the child and parent, if that method is present in the child class, first it will be called from the child class. So basically, when you are creating the object of any class and you are calling those methods, it will first check start is present in the BMW or not. If it is present, it is going to call from BMW. When you call the stop, it will check if it is present in BMW or not. It's not present, then it will go to the car class and call it from there. Safety, it will check if it is there in BMW or not. If it is there, it will call from BMW. If it is not there, it will go to the car class and access it from car class. If it is not there in BMW also, car also, you cannot write it also, right? You will get an error. Same way, in case of Maruti, when I'm calling m.start, it's checking first. Start is there in Maruti or not. It's not there. It's going to the car class and calling from there. Stop, it's again checking. Stop is there in Maruti or not. It's not there in Maruti. So it's going to the car class and accessing it. Service center is there in Maruti. It's calling from Maruti. Okay. So any method, whenever you are calling, first it will check in its own class. If it is not there, then it will go to the parent class. So same method I am rewriting here in the child class, right? Virtually, can you imagine? I mean, just imagine virtually. This class is having start and stop function. This Maruti class is having start and stop function. Though it is not having, but it is accessible from the car class. Just think virtually. You have start and stop. Here also you have start and stop. When I rewrite the start function, what is happening? I am removing that start function. I am rewriting it. When you remove something and rewrite it, what we say? We say we are overriding the same thing. So this is called method overriding. We discussed about method overloading. I told you there is an important concept, method overloading and method overriding. So this is called method overriding. You are overriding the same method. And overriding you can do only when there is an inheritance concept. Without inheritance, you can't override a method. This is called method overriding. So some method is there in the parent class. Same method, any of the method, if you rewrite it in the child class, because child class anyway can access all the method from parent. If any of the method you rewrite in the child class, that is called method overriding. Okay. And what is method overloading? Method overloading is because same method you are creating multiple times with passing different input arguments. By passing different input arguments. Here.
Yes, Abhishek, it's clear.
Okay. So make sure you are aware of it. What is method overriding and what is method overloading. So this is the concept of inheritance. Now, there is one more way you can create an object of a class. How can you create? You can create the object reference with the help of parent class and the object of the child class. This also you can create. So what I did, I can create an object reference with the help of a parent class, but object of the child class. Now what I can do, C1 dot. Can you say I can access only start and stop? I cannot access safety method. Can you see the difference? I cannot access safety. So when you create like this, you can access only the method whatever is there in the car class. You cannot access any specific method whatever is there in BMW, that is safety. Now you can ask me then, Abhishek, what is the difference between first condition and last condition? Both are same. Then why they came up with this? Correct. In the last condition I can access start and stop. In the first condition also I can access start and stop. Right? Then why I should, why they came up with this? What is the use of it then? It's only small use. Here the start is coming from the car class. Here the stop is coming from the car class. Here the start is coming from BMW. Stop is coming from car. So if any method is present in the BMW, it will call from BMW. So if I run it, see, this is the fourth condition. BMW auto start, then stop the car with the key. So this is one more way you can create the object of one class with the object reference of parent. And this concept is known as polymorphism. Poly means what? Many. So for example, think about it. You have some scenarios. So for example, start class. Start class I can write it here also, here also, here also, everywhere I can write it. If you write the start function, you are overriding it, multiple child classes. When you override it multiple child classes, if I write, car C equal to new BMW and C dot start, it will be called from here, BMW class. If you write car C equal to new Maruti, then C dot start, it will be called from Maruti class. Car C equal to new Toyota, C dot start, it will be called from Toyota class. So same method I am implementing different way in different child classes, right? Many ways I can implement the same method. Many means poly. So polymorphism is a concept in Java and this is known as polymorphism. Clear what is polymorphism?
Yes,
This
Abhishek.
is what is polymorphism. Actually, once I asked one, in Selenium, we will not be using it, polymorphism, but that is for your interview purpose and all. So, one day what I did, I asked one of my, developer, he was tell me some practical use of polymorphism. Well, is there anywhere we are using in our project? He told yes, we are using. Where? See, my application, normally when you develop a design web page, your web page normally supports particular database, right? You will have some database in the background, say MS SQL or Oracle, MySQL or Oracle or DB2 something. But our application, it supports all the DB. You can just connect it with any of the database. Same application, same build, same code, everything is going to work with all the DB. So he told what he is doing. For example, he created one parent class. Okay, maybe DB connection. Okay, DB connection. Here he is having some method connect. Method names are not exactly same. I am just giving an example. He is having some method called connect. Now our application supports multiple database. For example, this is Oracle. This is okay. So for example, this is Oracle DB. This is MS SQL DB, and this is DB2. Now this connect function will different for different DB, right? You have to connect in different way. Connection parameter will not be same for all the DB. So what they did, they override all the method inside each and every child classes. Okay, so they wrote the connect function here. Again they overwrite it here, which is nothing but polymorphism, right? Again they overwrite it here. Inside that, and what they did, they created this is the parent class and these are the child class. This is parent class. This is child class. This is child class. Now, whenever they are calling inside that method, how they are calling, they are writing okay, db connect, okay, t I forgot, okay, they may be c equal to new. Now this part they are parameterizing it. So they are saying they are writing some function. They are saying if database is Oracle, you create an object of Oracle class. If database is MS SQL, instead of Oracle, you create the object of MS SQL. If database is DB2, you create an object of DB2. So they are not hard coding this part. They are not hard coding this green color part. They are saying based on that, you call that particular, you create the object of that particular class. But remaining code is same. Here they are creating c dot connect and remaining code. You got it. So when my database is Oracle, he is going to call this. So it will connect to Oracle DB. When my database is MS SQL, he is going to call this. It is going to connect to MS SQL DB. When database is DB2, he is going to call this function. So data and the connect function will be called from here. So this is the way they are parameterizing it somehow. Okay, new that class name, they are not hard coding it. Based on the database, they are creating the object of that class. And that's how they are managing. So same code is going to work for everything. They don't have to write a separate code. Only just first line, db connect c equal to new, what they are going to write. For that they are checking some condition, what database it is, and accordingly they are going to update. So in the configuration file, they just need to put what is the database. Accordingly, it will create the object of that class. It is going to continue. Clear? So this is one of the Practical use of polymorphism. Okay. Any question on polymorphism?
Abhishek,
Hmm?
yeah, we got it. Like polymorphism is creating an object of a parent class and then using it into a child class. But the same concept we can.
Your statement is wrong. You are not creating the object of parent class. Object
Yes,
is that part. I told you yesterday. New, then
reference to a class.
reference to a parent class, object of the child class.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Now that
we can. This can be called as inheritance also, right? We can do it using inheritance also.
this is inheritance only, but the
Yeah.
concept. If you rewrite the same method again and again inside each and every child class,
Okay.
okay, that is called method overloading or overriding. And when you
Correct.
override the same method in multiple child classes, the scenario is called polymorphism.
Okay.
Normal inheritance, what do we do? We create oracle o equal to new oracle, then o dot I can access the method, whatever is there in db connect class. Okay.
Correct.
So in one way you are correct. We are doing inheritance only. But this concept, same method if we are overriding in multiple child classes. Based on the object we are creating, it is going to call that method from that child class. That concept is known as polymorphism.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then go to a little bit in details now. So I hope it's clear what is method, overriding. We discussed about method overloading. We discussed about polymorphism. We discussed what is inheritance, which method you can access, which method you cannot access. All this stuff we have discussed. Now what I am going to do, I'll go to BMW. BMW is a class, right? So can I create a constructor of this class or not? Can I create? Will it allow me? Sorry, where I'm writing. Public BMW. This is the constructor of BMW. Correct? Excuse me, guys. Yes, I can write BMW constructor. Correct. Now tell me where it will be called. Which case? There are four cases. One, first, second, third, fourth. Car BMW, Maruti, car BMW. Which case it will be called? What do you think? What I told, when constructor will be called? As soon as we create the object of any class, right? Constructor will be called. So here I am creating the object of BMW, no. Here I am creating, yes. Here I am creating, no. Here I am creating, yes. So I am creating the object of BMW in the second and fourth case. So it should call in the second and fourth case, right? Okay, in the second and fourth case it should call. If I run it, it's calling BMW constructor and here BMW constructor. Because whenever we create an object of any class, then only constructor will be called. Okay, clear? This is what's the case. Okay, now if you create a constructor of Maruti class, where it will be called? It will be called only here, because I am creating the object of Maruti only here. Now Here is the little bit dicey thing. I can create a constructor of my car class also, right? Public car. Car class constructor. Question is where it will be called. Now tell me. Car constructor. Where it will be called.
Everywhere, wherever we are declaring the object.
So it will call here, no doubt, right?
Yes.
Here,
Yes.
here,
Everywhere.
and here.
Each wherever method is called.
Okay. So the thing is, you are right. Whenever you are creating the, what is happening, when I am creating the car class object, it will call the car class constructor. No doubt. But whenever I am creating the object of BMW, what it will happen? It will call the object of BMW class. It will go and come here. Sorry, the constructor of BMW class. When you are creating the object of BMW, this is going to call the constructor of the BMW class, this one. The BMW class, before actually it starts, it's going to call the constructor of the parent class. So that is, you should remember that all the child class constructor always call the constructor of the parent class. You don't have to call him explicitly. The child class constructor is going to call the constructor of the parent class. This BMW class constructor will first call the constructor of the parent class, then it will execute his own constructor. So always car class constructor will be executed first. If I go here and run, you can see everywhere it's called. First car class constructor in case of car. In case of BMW, first car constructor, then BMW constructor. In case of Maruti, car constructor. In the last case also, car constructor, then BMW constructor. Now you can say Maruti class, they don't have any, he doesn't have any constructor. How can he call? So what I told, remember default constructor we discussed. What I told, when there is no constructor, JVM creates a default constructor of each and every class. Basically, there is a constructor like this. Maruti. This guy is calling the, so when you create an object of the Maruti class, this is calling this default constructor. This default constructor is calling the constructor of the car class. Earlier cases also, when there was no constructor in the car class, there are one default constructor here. Sorry, what I did. Okay. There is a default constructor in the car class. So when I ran it, it was giving me the output. Okay. So this is the way you can actually do it. If there is no constructor in the parent class, when there was no constructor in the parent class, so what happened? Child class constructor was called when I create the object of BMW. It was calling the object of constructor of the BMW class. BMW class constructor was internally calling the constructor of the car class. Since there was no constructor in the car class, there was some default constructor of the car class. So it is calling the default constructor. And default constructor is nothing but empty body. There is nothing in. So whether it's in calling or not, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So that was happening. So remember, when you create an object of any class, it will first call the constructor of this class. And if there is any parent class, if this is the child class of any class, the constructor of this BMW class should go and call the constructor of the parent class first. So always you will see first the constructor is the parent class, then BMW. Parent class, there is no constructor in Maruti, so leave it. Parent class constructor, child class constructor. Clear this concept? So you'll see, you will be using this concept in the when you design the framework. Okay? Clear?
Yes, Abhishek.
So this is what is inheritance. Now, let's talk about, I have two classes, three classes. For example, this is class A, this is class B, this is class C. What I did, I make the class C as the child class of class A. So this is child, this is parent. I made the child class C class as the child class of class B. So this is child, this is parent. Okay, so here I have two methods. My mouse is very slow. Here I have two methods, for example, M1, M2. Here I have two methods, for example, M2, M3. So when I create it's the same. So right, this is a child. Okay, this C means child. This is also child. This is also parent. This is also parent. So this is maybe say cat. This class name. So when I write cat, C1 equal to new cat. Here I am writing like this. So when I write C1 dot M1, from where it will be called? It will be called from class A, right? M1 is there in class A. M3 will be called from class B. Now problem is when I write C1 dot M2, now from where it will be called? That is the problem. From where it will be called? That's what I ask sometimes in the interview. And they are thinking and all, and they are trying to do. From where it will be called? Will it call from A or will it call from B? Correct? So what's happening, in the in the C++, sorry, I think I'm not sure exact the syntax. I'm just telling you. For example, if you want to call C2.M2 from A, so normally they write the class name and double colon, then they are writing C2.M2. Means it will be called from class A. If you want to call it from class B, they are writing like this, C2.M2. That means first case it will be called from A, second case it will be called from B, depending on that. So in Java, when I ask these questions, people sometimes start thinking and all. There only I catch them. So the thing is, this is not allowed in Java. So remember, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. You can never do multiple inheritance. That means you cannot extend one class from multiple class. You cannot extend one class from multiple class. You cannot write Maruti extends car dot BMW. This is not allowed. See, syntax error. So they are not supporting. See, Java came long after C++, right? C++ supports it, Java can also. But if you read why they are not supporting multiple inheritance, they are simply saying we don't want to make this language so complicated. We want to make it very simple and straightforward, so that it should be accessible across all level of developers. Across the world, everyone should be able to use it. We don't want to complicate the things too much in Java. So that is the reason they came up with, we are not going to support multiple inheritance. They are, deleting the concept of destructor. They are handling it with the help of garbage collection. So their memory managements are very strong. You don't have to go and manage it. Everything is done by Java itself only. They are taking care of everything. That's why it is, acceptable across the world. So that's why today, more than, 10 billions devices are using Java, starting from your mobile, watch, washing machine to in all the devices. Nowadays, people are using Java. So when I give this scenario, the people start thinking and all, how to do, how to call it. Then next I ask, what is the difference between Java and C++? Then immediately they tell, multiple inheritance is supported in C++. This is not supported in Java. Then I told them, what is this scenario? You are saying multiple inheritance is not supported in Java, and instead of directly asking if I give this scenario, you start thinking. Okay, so you might not get direct question. That is the reason I am telling you again. The reason is, nowadays, everyone knows that, people go read some, web pages, some questions, and they come for the interview. So most of the cases you will get the practical scenarios. That's the reason mainly I focus on this. People ask me, tell me some interview questions and all. I am saying, yeah, I'm not telling separately. I have set of questions. Maybe I'll share it with you later. But this is not going to. Whatever I am doing, you do the same thing. You can answer the question. You can clear the interview. Don't just watch the video and read some, interview questions and all from some web page. This is not going to be helpful. Okay. So this is the thing. Multiple inheritance not supported in Java. But nested inheritance is supported. Nested means this is one class A. You created, one child class called B. From B, you can create one more child class called C. That is acceptable. So basically, here you are writing, BMW extends car. And in Maruti, you can write extends BMW. Now the Maruti became the 10 child class of the car class or child class of the BMW. That you can do. Okay. Like this you can do. So nested inheritance or multi-level inheritance, sorry, not nested. I can say multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance you can do. Okay. And I can create one more also. That is allowed. But multiple inheritance not supported, remember. To trap you, they might ask you some questions like this. You should be clear. Clear? Any question or any doubt till now? So this is what is inheritance. We saw what is parent-child relationship. We saw, method overriding. We saw polymorphism. We saw multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance. How this can be handled, what is supported, what is not supported. We saw if we write some method in particular child class, that only that child class can access it. The parent class cannot access it, or not even the other siblings also. And when you create a constructor, when it is called, how it is being called, and all these things we saw. Okay. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me. No questions? It's clear, all of you?
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. If it is clear, I am giving you, one homework kind of thing. If you do it, your inheritance concept will be very much clear. Okay, so I request you to do it. Don't skip it. And you open this, image in front of you, or you draw it somewhere, and then you write it what I am going to tell. Okay, try it out. You will see your concept will be clear. Can you see the image? All of you clearly? So,
Yes.
okay. So what I did, I want you to create a car class. Now you create start, stop, and repair method. You draw this image. Then you create a Maruti class, make it as a child class. You create start, repair, and service center. So start and repair I am overriding right from here. Start and repair. Now you create a class called Alto. There you create start, service center, and color. So start I am overriding from Maruti. So Maruti overrided it from car class. Alto overrided it from Maruti. Service center is there in Maruti. I am overriding it here. Color its own method. Write something inside it. When you do like this, then you create all these things in a test car class. Car C equal to new car. Then C dot C, what are the method you can access? What are the method I can access? I can access start, stop, repair. Then Maruti M dot new Maruti. Now M dot, what are the method I can access? I can access start, repair, service center. Also I can access stop method, right? So you see what are the method you can access. Same you write Alto A equal to new Alto and see what are the method you can access. Car C1 equal to new Maruti. Maruti M1 equal to new Alto. C M1 dot, what are the method you can access. C1 dot, what are the method you can access. Car C2 equal to new Alto. See, using C2 dot, what are the method you can access. Basically you do all this permutation and combination, and with this object reference check what are the method you can access. Then what you do, you create a constructor of each inside each and every class and see when it is calling. In case of new Alto, will it call 3 constructor? Alto constructor will call Maruti constructor will call car constructor. Is it like this? Just check all this stuff. So what you need to do, when you write the program, that is the reason I told you, you draw it in your paper and write the program and see the output and match with this image. So the whole things will get clear in front of your eyes. So you can say, oh, okay, this is the thing what is happening. Okay, so things will be clear to you. Okay.
Okay, Abhishek.
So you do it, and believe me, you will not have any doubt in inheritance. If you have any doubt, so tomorrow and after tomorrow you don't have any class, so I want you to practice all these things. And if you have any doubt, message in the group. So let's see if other also can help you, otherwise I'll be replying. Okay, so message in the group, this is not happening, what is happening or not. Let's see what others also, if they are doing, what's their idea and all. Else I'll be messaging you. So when you watch the video, you pause the video here, draw it, and write the program accordingly, run the program, see what is the output, and with the output you just try to match with this image. Then both the things will be side by side. One is in your paper, one is in your laptop. Definitely, your all the concepts will get clear. There will be no issues at all. Okay. So please do it. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, clear? Okay. Okay. Let's talk about one small topic today.